All right, y'all. I'm not going to take a long time. I'm just giving y'all some advice today. All of us tend use, and my advice is watch who you stick your neck out for, right? Sometimes we stick our neck out for people, and they ain't worth it. We stick our head out the train window, and for them, and then we find out that they ain't worth it. I'm not telling you to unsubscribe from anybody or just watch who you. I took this weekend. I seen, or last week, whatever. I just seen a lot of people putting their integrity on the line to defend someone else whose integrity is in question. And, it's, to me, I say, why do that? I don't understand why we are able to do this or we're doing that. And, but like I said, like I always say, sometimes we like these people, right? We like them. We care about them. And we don't want to tell them that they're wrong or they out of pocket on something, right? Because we like these people. Right? Some of these people, we like them, right? This my girl. This my dude. But sometimes we got to sit that person down and say, hey, I'm not saying in a public setting. I'm saying maybe in a private setting, you got to sit them down and say, yo, bro, yo, sis, I'm with you. I'm still on your team. But this stand you took here, you was wrong on that stand. See, if you can't tell somebody when they wrong, right, and they accept it, then do you really have a friendship? Do you really have a good relationship? Like your relationship is built on the fact that this person, every time they step out and do something ridiculous, that everybody got to come running to this person's defense, right? To me, that's crazy. I say, go defend your person. If that's your champion, go defend them. But just know that you may be protecting or defending someone who's out of pocket. So they standing on sand and not on solid ground. As they go, you gonna go. Gotta watch who you standing behind. Because some of these people, man, unfortunately, not in a position to give good advice, life-giving advice. They're giving life-destroying advice to the average person. But, if people, because people can't see, right? They can't see. What they see is, oh, this person got a nice house. This person got a nice car. This person got a little experience or been in a relationship this long. Oh, okay. And they get all fixed up to be on camera. You bite the whole line, hook, line, and sinker. Next thing you know, whatever they say, it ain't about integrity. It's about defending them, whatever they do, whatever they say, right? Whatever they say, whatever they do, wrong or not, we just gonna by their side. I say, if this is your person, stand by their side. Don't leave them. But part of standing by somebody's side is telling them when they're out of pocket. Telling them, man, you out of pocket, man. And I just think that if a person is so supposed to be such learned and above everyone else in terms of being able to be, told anything. Why would you want to be around somebody like that? I can't stand being around people like that, man. I would dismiss myself immediately. When I'm around a person that says, I can't be checked, you can't tell me nothing, or I'm only going to listen to what I want to listen to. I don't care about the truth. I'm just going to listen to what I want, what I feel like I can digest. And I'm going to call you a hater for saying anything otherwise. Sometimes you got to preach it, man. Start off with Jim Jones started off good. Right? Eddie Long started off real good and real good. Right? Some of these preachers that done took a swan dive, they start off good. Creflo Dollar started off good. But when you got enough people telling you, you the man, you the woman, you the king, you this, you that, they can soup your head up so good, you could think, everybody likes me like this. No, it's just your capers. It's just your capers that love you like that. So sit among your capers. Don't take your show on the road because you're going to get destroyed. And then you're not going to, like what I saw last week, you're going to blame it on, you're going to find other things to blame it on instead of blaming it on the real reason. The real issue was never addressed, right? All these other issues the issue was deflected into this. Oh, they had an issue with me because I was a woman. Your stats ain't right. Yeah, but yours ain't either. That was the issue. Yours are not either. Why do you get to say that you got information, but I can't, right? I can't say the exact same thing. You saying the exact same thing I'm saying, except from your perspective, and I'm saying it from my perspective, but you ain't gonna let me say from my perspective. I'm the kind of person that, that was my father did a lot of good things, but one of the things I did not like about him was the double standards. To do as I say, not as I do type of situation. A constant double standards. It's okay for me to do this, but not you. To me, that's wicked. To me. I'm not saying it's to you, but to me, that's wicked. Why? Because that separates us. It says we're not equals. We're not brothers. See, in brotherhood, I want for you what I want for myself. That makes us equal, spiritual equals. Right? We may not be equal in money and, possessions, but who cares? Right? One diagnosis, all them possessions are gone. Right? One chronic illness, possessions gone. One car accident, you got your whole life could change. Right? So to focus on the possessions and say, I'm better than you because I got more possessions than you. Therefore, I have a right to speak and you don't. To me, that's wicked. That's wicked to me. Even if I don't like what a person's saying, I have to at least have enough respect for them to let them say what they're saying, no matter how silly it is. Especially if I'm not the host of the program, I have to let that person talk because I'm not the host. I don't control anything. I control when I'm at my own space. I don't control when I'm at somebody else's space. I can't, when I'm on somebody else's platform, they're in control. They can drop people. They can tell people to be quiet. They can stop the whole show. They can do what they want to do. But sometimes your head can get so big, man, you forget you a guest on a platform, right? You forget you a guest, and you think you just got carte blanche to do whatever, right? Who got carte blanche out here, man? I remember. I remember the mothership used to give Kevin Samuels carte blanche. He come on the mothership, they just give him a key. They give him the key, the steering wheel. They give him everything, right? He could just interrupt people and stop and attack people. And we saw where one time he just destroyed a young man on there, right? Young man kept trying to tell, I agree with you. He said, "Nah, I'm gonna go through you like a steel sword." I better stop with that one. I got in trouble for that one. I got a strike for that one. At least I feel like I'm open enough to the fact that, I might be wrong. So I'm willing to listen to anybody that brings me and says to me, "Hey, Clarence, you might be wrong on this." I'm willing to at least listen. Now, of course, I'm not going to let you go on for 20 minutes, but I'm going to definitely give you time to establish what you're saying. And I think most creators are like that, except the ones that have brands, right? Ones that have brands, the truth ain't the issue. The brand is the issue. The brand is greater than the truth, right? So people have to, they have to protect their brand, not the truth. But you said the truth, but the truth ain't the issue. The issue is you made my brand look bad. Oh, okay. At least that's how it was broken down to me, right? But the point is, if we really care about these people, man, if you say you care about these people, then you're going to have to go to them and say, man, hey, if you're really a good friend of theirs, you should be able to go to them and say, you was out of pocket on this. I don't have nobody around me that's I consider my friends that can't tell me, Clarence, you was wrong on this. Many times my people have come to me and said, Clarence, we don't think this is a good idea. Clarence, you shouldn't probably do this. Clarence, you shouldn't say this. Right? Clarence, you shouldn't go on these panels. They're going to burn you. They're going to crucify you. Right? Clarence, don't let this person back up on the panel. Don't do this. Don't do that. They tell me all the time stuff I shouldn't do. Right? I listen to them sometimes, and sometimes I do what I want to do, right? They know that about me, but at least they told me. At least they said something to me, and at least I listened. I respect them enough to at least listen to what they're telling me so that I'm not out here like freestyling, like, oh, I think everybody loves me. I know everybody don't love me. I know. So I'm not in no, what do you call that? I'm not in no delusion that, I can just go to other panels and they gonna turn the show over to me and operate this panel like they operate my show. I don't expect that. I know when I go to other places, I'm not in charge there. That's why I don't go to many places. Well, the really reason why I don't go to many places is because I feel that the work they're doing is inferior. I feel like and not that they're inferior intellectually, but they're inferior with their ability to maintain integrity. That's what it is. Do I think they're dumb? I don't think any of us that are dumb. I think all of us that's doing content creator, you got to have some intelligence to do it. So I don't think anybody's stupid. But what I think is, I don't want to go places where the brand is more valuable than the integrity. The brand is bigger than the truth. No, I pass on that. I let people that are willing to ride with that, yet they say integrity is important, but it's not important here. But we willing to turn a blind eye to this situation, to this person, right? And we willing to, say integrity matters. It just don't matter when we talking to her, because we care about this person. So, you know what I'm saying? Or this is our person, right? I don't know how, I can't say that somebody care about you when they allow you to be, see, the whole point of what happened last week is because when you live in it, if people really cared about you, they would tell you, hey, you out of pocket on this, right? Because, but when you got people around you that ain't gonna tell you that stuff, then they let you walk out of your own. They let you walk out thinking that everybody gonna roll out the red carpet for you. Everybody's gonna bow down for you. And then when you get someplace, you find out, oh, you're not that chick. You're not that dude, right? You're just a regular dude like the rest of us. And now you're in a space where you ain't controlling who can talk and who can say anything and who can this. And you can't load up the panel with a bunch of people that's going to say, yes, you right. Yes, you right. If they really cared about you, they would say, you out of pocket on this one. Maybe you should look at the real issue instead of deflecting into, well, I was just trying to say, instead of, you should really look at the real issue, which is everybody deserves a chance to speak. You as a guest can't tell another guest when they can talk. That's not your place. But see, sometimes people be told, oh, you just did. See, and then you get your head pumped up into the point where now you're willing to step out there and now you're willing to go out. And see, it's one thing when you in your own hen house. When you in your own hen house, you can do what you want to do, right? Because all the roosters are there to protect you. You can load up your thing, you load up your panels with all the roosters that's coming in to protect you. I don't know why you would need protection on your own platform, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But you can load up your panel, right? Padded with a bunch of capers, right? That's probably where a person that thinks like that should stay. But see, now you know what you should do because you got a little taste of the real world. Now you got a little taste of the real world, and now you see everybody's not going to just, bow down or kowtow to, the whole I'm better than you because I got a Maserati in the driveway situation. That ain't going to work with everybody, right? You get a little taste of reality. Or, I know better than you because I got a husband. That ain't gonna get it. You know what I mean? The Wile E. Coyote situation, right? I'm a genius, right? You say, now don't try to get away. I'm bigger, stronger, and faster than you, and I'm a genius, right? But y'all, man, I'm not here to attack nobody, man. We all make mistakes. I've made some myself, right? Shout out to Sahel. I made some mistakes, some serious mistakes, right? And people have to come to me and say, hey, bro, you handled that this way. Are you open to, finding the resolution? Of course. I don't want to be I don't want to be fighting with nobody. I don't think. Uh, I don't want to be fighting with nobody. I think. Yeah, I don't want to fight with no one. I just want, you know, us to be careful. You know what I mean? If a person gonna continue to make the same, have the same mentality, even after they see that it's that they got brought down to reality, they still gonna have the same reality. Hey, I'm better than you because I got a Maserati in the driveway. I got a business and a husband. I'm better than you. Okay, well then, obviously, if that person go if a person that thinks like that, just because I got all this stuff, I'm better than you. Therefore, I should be able to talk over you at any point, right? At any point that I decide what you're saying is not important, I can just talk over you, right? That's disrespect, in my opinion. But hey, you got people that's willing to go up and say, no, that's not, and then they deflected into the issue. Not they deflected out of the disrespect that was shown, but into whether this person's, stats were right. I mean, it's so foolish, man. It's so foolish. The more I listen to it, the more I say, man, that these people don't care nothing about this person. If they did, they would go to her and say, hey, man, maybe you didn't approach that properly. But the people that probably do care, they understand that they or have some semblance of caring. They know this person ain't gonna listen to them no way, right? Right? I'm better than you. I got a Maserati in the driveway, so what can you tell me? Is you need to listen to me, and I just push my program all over you, right? You ain't got nothing to say, right? It's like Jesus walking in the temple, and the lady, she ain't had nothing, man. She gave her last little bit of money, and last little bit of money, and left it in the temple, right? Rich guy comes in, he gives 10% of his income, right? The tax collector. He says to Jesus, hey, I'm better than this chick. See, I just gave 10%. She don't even give 10% of her income. Jesus said, tell him, hey, bro, she gave more with that little bit she gave. She's better. She's did more than you did. You give 10%, not because it came from your heart and you want to see things better and you want God's program to grow. You get your specific reason for giving this money is so that you could talk about her and show that you better than her. If you really was giving it, you wouldn't have said nothing. You would have gave it and didn't say a word and walked right out of here. But it's vanity. Vanity is what's driving a lot of these YouTubers, is vanity. And all I'm saying is, I'm not no smarter than nobody. I'm not no great, person who never did no wrong. I wish I could say that, but I'm definitely not that. I'm a person that was, God just smiled on one day and said, you know what, if I can turn an idiot like this around and put him on the right track, he'll be, he got a good testimony for other people. That's all I am, is a testimony for other people. But I can't judge another person because I was of the wicked at one point. I can't judge anybody. All I think I can say is I could point it out to you. Right? But I ain't no better than nobody just because I was blessed enough to be able to get my mind back. I'm not no better than nobody. And I'm not saying you're a bad person if you got possessions. If you do, good. Good for you. But that doesn't make you better than nobody because you got possessions, or you got a wife, or you got a husband, or you got a big fancy car, and you got a big house. That don't mean you can go and just tell people, shut up. I'm talking now. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. Can't do that. I mean, you can do it if people gonna let you do it, but I'm just saying that's not right in my opinion. But the worst thing of all is people backing that philosophy up, but at the same time trying to say, I'm a righteous person. You ain't righteous. You backing up wickedness. You ain't righteous. I'm calling you out. And if I'm wrong, come here and tell me I'm wrong and show me how wrong I am. I'm standing on the truth. I'm standing on truth. If I'm wrong and you can show me I'm wrong, I will submit to your information. I will submit to what you're saying, and I will leave it alone. My job is just to say the truth. Everything I'm doing comes after that. Everything comes after the truth. Some people, the truth comes after everything they doing. But that's not how I was taught. I was taught that the truth is paramount because we can live or die in the truth. Right? Just because you on top don't mean you won't be on the bottom. Look at Deion Sanders. At one time, Deion Sanders was feared and revered on the football field. Man, Deion Sanders at one point in his football career, they wouldn't even throw to his side. They wouldn't even throw the ball over there. They barely run plays over there, but they definitely wouldn't put the ball in the air to his side. No way. They wouldn't even gamble like that. He locked down that side all day. He made millions and millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars. He was on top of the world. Now look at him, man. He about to get his foot amputated. Sound like diabetes to me, but he about to get his foot amputated. Already had 2 toes amputated. Now he about to get his whole foot amputated. Maybe he could have been a little nicer person. Maybe he could have been an easier person to deal with. I'm sure he ain't gonna want nobody that he like how he was when he was Neon Deion. I'm sure he ain't gonna want nobody like that help, being his personal helper. You think him having a foot amputated is going to affect his life in a dramatic way? Send a prayer up to Brother Deion, man. Hope that he is able to, if some kind of way God see fit to avoid him having to have his foot amputated, but it looks like that's coming. But prayers to him and his family. But my point in that is, he was not a good dude a lot of times. He even said that on his own. He said that on many interviews. He was not a good person. Most of the time. Okay? Do you think he would want somebody like that caring for him at this point? No. See, but people got to go through stuff sometimes. Sometimes you got to go through something before you can see. I don't wish that on nobody, man. That's just the mathematics of how life is, right? You can't come out here and talk about, that's like a newlywed talking about, the ins and outs of marriages. You don't even know what you don't know what marriage is about. You got to do at least 5 to 10 years. You got to do at least 10 years. Got to do at least 10 years, man. 10 years, that's when you're going to see who really in it, who really with this and who not with it. right? First 10 years, man, people still not farting around you, right? People still not, they're not farting around you. They are doing, they not, they're going to the bathroom and closing the door, and they're using spray when they get done in there, right? They're making sure they brush their teeth before they kiss you. After 10 years, psh, they just roll over and jump on you. You know, we got to be, when you listen to unqualified people give us life advice and we're not qualifying them. We're not qualifying them. And we got to qualify these people. We got to qualify these people. We got to, and if you can't ask a person who is out there supposedly trying to give you advice on how to live your life, you can't question them about theirs. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. No, run, don't walk away from a person like that, man. I used to sit around people that would, because I thought I can help them. I can do, and I can't. I just sit around people, man, that was unqualified. And I just thought, hey, man, because I like them, I don't want to hurt their feelings by telling them, right? Or I used to sit around people and they say, hey, I'm too big to check. I don't put myself around nobody like that no more, man. You too big to check? That sounds great. Thank you for telling me. I would never be in your presence again. Not for no business, or not for no relationship, not nothing. I don't want no relationship with somebody who can't be checked. I don't want no business partnership with nobody that can't be checked. Somebody can't be told something is out of pocket because they're gonna get all emotional. Okay, it's better for one of y'all capers to be in bed with that person, not me. Not me. I need the people around me, man, to tell me what's up, what's the deal, so that I can be on point. I don't want to be out there looking stupid, thinking, "Oh, I'm good." In reality, I'm all jacked up. But because nobody would tell me that, I thought, hey, since I got all these people that I get along with on my panel, I can just go anywhere else and it's gonna be all good. But it ain't gonna be all good. It ain't gonna be. It's not. You think you can go any place and do anything and say anything you want to? No. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes we can have our own YouTube page and we think, oh, because so many people, I'm able to load up the panel with so many yes men that, it can give you a false sense of security, right? The emperor ain't got no clothes. And then when somebody tells you, hey, the emperor ain't got no clothes, right? Hey, you can't tell me I can't talk. I'm a grown man, right? They tell you the emperor ain't got no clothes. When the emperor find out they ain't got no clothes, they like, oh, man, right? It's not, unfortunately, it's not, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. So in conclusion, y'all, I'm not going to stay here forever, man. I just want y'all to know that, watch who you following. Watch who you putting your neck out there for, right? some of these people, man, their integrity is not, you know, it's not like a rod. It's wavy like some potato chips, right? And, you know, they only standing on your shoulders. But if all of you capers leave, there ain't nothing for them to stand on, because they ain't standing on truth. They standing on your liking them, or your, you know, insincere, just want to rally around somebody, right? Rally around your champion, right? But your champion is all wrong. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta realize when you protecting somebody who's just not right, that makes you not right for protecting them. That make you not right. You not right for protecting that person. If you protecting them in wrong, right? I can't ride with you in wrong. I can't. I'm going to pull you to the side. If I care about you, I'm going to pull you to the side, and I'm going to tell you, hey, man, this is the way I see it. And I'm going to tell you how I see it. You may not agree with me, but at least I told you. Your blood is off my hands because I told you how I felt about it, right? But if people really care about these other people, man, if you're really concerned about a person, you tell them when they're wrong. That way they can correct the situation. But when you're further pushing them down, further in delusion, by instead of addressing the wrong that they did, you're going to say, well, this dude's wrong for even having the nerve, the gall to question this person. Who can't be questioned? Who's so big they can't be questioned? I guess we know a few, huh? But they can't even be questioned. They can just come on the panel. They the guests. They can tell other guests, I'm not gonna let you talk. You can't talk. You can't say this, right? Barking orders at everybody, right? You can't do this. You can't do that, right? And then other people will come on and cape and say, you're right. Any other person, any other woman would do something like that. They'll just step out and say, hey, that's wrong, right? But because it's this person, they can say, oh, this person's the exception to the rule. Integrity not needed here, right? For this person, we can bend the rules of integrity and allow this person to be like this, to be disrespect other guests. We can allow that. We can even allow, and we can say, hey, the spouse that can come in and can say, hey, can threaten over, they can actually make public threats to a person on YouTube. We agree with that. We agree with that. I don't agree. And I think that those of y'all that say y'all care about these people, you need to step to them. Because the fact that you won't step to them and tell them that where they're wrong at, that proves you don't care about them. That proves it. But if that's the kind of relationship y'all got, cool. My father had a word for those called fair weather friends, right? Okay, cool. I'm your friend as long as, and I'm going to stick with you. I'm going to stand behind you even in your wrong. That ain't a friend. That's what demons do. Demons stick together with each other no matter how wrong they are. Uh-oh, Clarence, you done went crazy, Clarence. You done went crazy talking about demons. I'm just telling you the truth. But I challenge anybody to come and tell me different. If you really care about someone, you're going to tell them when they're off. I don't have people around me that I think that's going to just only tell me when things are good. They tell me when things are good, and then they tell me when things are not good, right? Shout out to Sim Simmer. Tell me, hey, you hit the nail on the head on this one. Uh-oh, Clarence, I don't agree with this, man. Maybe you could have did this better. You could have said that better, right? Sim is just one person. I got many people that's going to do that. I don't see it that way, Clarence. Because I don't make it a requirement that you got to cape for me to come to my channel, to get on the panel. You ain't got a cape. You just got to tell the truth. Whether you agree with me or not, just make your argument reasonable so that we can look at it, right? We ain't all going to agree on everything. Anyway, I'm going too long. Y'all, thank you for listening. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to open some eyes of some people, man, so you can see if you really care about this person. One of y'all, at least one of y'all need to sit this person down and say to this person, hey, maybe you could approach this a different way. And let's stop deflecting out of the real issue of your disrespect and trying to deflect into the origination of these stats and who is, instead of deflecting out of the real issue, let's address the real issue, which was the disrespect and how that's going to be addressed and how that's going to be fixed. I know an apology came out and the person said, well, I don't accept your apology. Why? Because you were still doing the same thing, right? Why you don't accept your apology if you continuing to do the same thing, right? You obviously wasn't sincere. But that was never addressed. That's never been addressed. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing, man. Watch who you following. Watch who you caping for, man. Make sure that the person you caping for has got some integrity, right? And make sure that person is, their foundation is in truth, not in their own, vanity. And I think it'll be safer somewhere. And if you really care about a content creator, if you really do, step to them and say, hey, you know what? Hey, just an observation. Maybe you could have did this way. Like they do me a lot, right? Like they do me a lot, right? Hey, Clarence, maybe you could have did this different. Maybe you could have said this different. Anyway, y'all, that's what I think. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think that you really have a good friendship if you can't tell a person when they're wrong? Right? You really have a good friendship? Do you really have a good relationship with a person if you can't tell the person, hey, you out of pocket on this? You was wrong on this. Whether you want to admit it or not, you were wrong. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. It's your little brother. Peace.